I don't know why I'm crying.
Oh my god! Jackpot, baby. I have to make this. Oh, that is good. Way too much caffeine. Good morning, Bean Team! So today is Monday, I'm getting started on my first lecture. It's part 1 of dementia. It's 7 a.m. We're off to a good start, and I hope you all had a wonderful and productive week if that was your goal. Alrighty, let's get to work. Alrighty, it is 8:24 and we finished the first lecture of the day. So now that I'm done this lecture, I'm going to make some breakfast and then get started on the next lecture. I budgeted 2 hours for this, but hopefully I can finish it in an hour and a half, but we'll see. And then the year 4 students are putting on a shock workshop for us. So I'm gonna make banana peanut butter protein pancakes. They're super easy and actually pretty tasty. So what you do is you mash up a banana and mix in 2 eggs, add a little bit of protein powder, melt some butter in the pan, fry that up as a pancake, and then for your topping, you want to add peanut butter and a little bit of honey. So next up at 10:30, we have a shock workshop put on by the 4th years. The current time is 10:15, so I have 15 minutes until that next session starts. So I'm gonna make my bed and use that as a study break and an excuse to get moving. Alrighty, so we just had a Zoom session with the 4th year who gave us a whole bunch of tips and tricks for when we're in 3rd year, and specifically the talk was tailored around treating shock. So that was amazing. They're always super helpful, and I kind of like being lectured by like 4th year medical students or residents because I feel like they can remember what we feel like and they understand our cluelessness, whereas sometimes when you're working with a clinician who's been in the job for like 50 plus years, they forget how much we don't know and don't understand. So for an afternoon caffeinated pick-me-up that basically tastes like a frappuccino or an ice cap, you're gonna need 2 parts cream, 1 part coffee, 1 part ice, and a spoonful of sugar. Combine it all and put it in the blender. And the last step is to drizzle the top with caramel sauce. Alrighty, now that I have my coffee, it is back to work. Oh, that's so good. So it is now 2:16 p.m. So I budgeted for that to take until 3 p.m. which basically means we are 45 minutes ahead of schedule. So yes, these lectures this week have been a lot quicker to go through than I was anticipating, but now that I think about it, technically we were supposed to have our final exam at the end of this week, so our faculty is usually pretty nice about scheduling like a lighter week the week before our final exam. As mentioned earlier, we had a session on shock this morning from a 4th year, and she recommended some podcast resources. So since I'm going for my run, I'm gonna see if I can download some of these podcasts and just see if they have a podcast on any of the stuff we're working on, and then I can kind of passively listen to it while I'm running and maybe absorb some more information. Oh, sweet. Dude, they have like hundreds of podcasts. Okay, jackpot, baby. They've got one on sepsis and septic shock. We had 2 weeks this term. One was on sepsis, one was on septic shock. Okay, download now. Alrighty, so here's the game plan. the podcast has been downloaded and its duration is 1 hour. So I'm basically just gonna run for a whole hour until the podcast is over. So the current time is 6:07 p.m. So as you can see, I should be having a great time playing ukulele right now, but sadly I am way behind on my eye disease lecture. So I'm going to work on the eye disease thing right now, and then at 7 we have an impromptu meeting related to the whole COVID situation, so I'm gonna have to call into that instead. Alright, so the meeting went quite late, so I'm gonna head to bed. The meeting was all about like the future of med school with the whole virus situation. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna head to bed. I didn't quite finish the last 2 things on my schedule, but that's okay. I'm just gonna highlight them in yellow, and then if I have a surplus of time later on, I'll just come back to them. Good morning, Bean Team. I'm ashamed to say that I slept in today. It's 7:30. I was supposed to start my lecture, and it's only Tuesday. Also, I have not showered, and I was supposed to shower every morning. Ah! Alright, I just finished sleep disorders. It is 8:45, so we're back on schedule. I'm gonna quickly jump in the shower before my 9 a.m. labor and delivery session. Hello again. So I'm back. I'm all clean and showered and tidied up. We just had our labor and delivery session with the 4th year, as well as a session on cough. And now I have a meeting in about 10 minutes to discuss changes to our Flex project, because a lot of people's Flex projects are around healthcare, and with the restrictions due to the virus, we have to modify our projects. So yeah, that's the plan. Also, I'm a little annoyed. We just got an email from our curriculum lead, and they said, please watch the 2018 version of this lecture rather than the 2019 one. And I spent like 2 hours yesterday going over the 2019 one. So, not that I'm opposed to learning more information, but we do have a lot of independent study that we have to do, and it would have been nice if we had known that before. So, good afternoon, Bean Team. I am back at my desk, trying really hard not to fall asleep. The afternoon slump is real. And yeah, right now I am learning all about some neuroanatomy. So I have concluded that my limbic system, responsible for motivation, learning, and memory, is essentially broken because I am not motivated and I cannot remember anything I am learning. Also, I was not able to finish neuroanatomy because apparently the lecture wasn't recorded or some technical thing happened, which is kind of frustrating when I'm trying to stay on top of things and then things outside of my control are making me more behind. But honestly, that's just the nature of trying to move everything onto an online system with very short notice, so I get it. It's just, it doesn't change the fact that it's really annoying. So as you can see, I kind of have like a running list of things I wasn't able to finish. And if I don't get to them by the end of the week, that's fine. But I think on Saturday, I'll just schedule a catch-up day to get all of these things done. And then once I do them, I'm gonna use a blue highlighter and go over top of the yellow just to change these to green, because yeah, this is bothering me. On the menu tonight, I am cooking up some chicken penne Alfredo courtesy of Costco. Next on my to-do list is to clean up this desk situation. Alrighty, the desk area is looking much cleaner, yay! Good evening. So after dinner tonight, I accidentally fell asleep. I was supposed to just lie in bed for 10 minutes, but as we know, that never happens.
I have no idea why I'm so tired. I feel like I have been exercising moderately. I've been sleeping 7 to 8 hours every night. I've been going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time, plus or minus like half an hour. So maybe this is just like residual burnout. It's the end of the year. Technically, we were supposed to have our final exams at the end of this week, so it's been a long year. Yeah, maybe the whole coronavirus stuff is just a simmering stress in the background. Like, I don't feel actively stressed about it, but I think maybe on a subconscious level I am, and maybe that's exhausting. So, fun times.
Good morning, it is 7:57. I'm very glad I didn't schedule anything this morning because it was very hard to get out of bed. Anyways, I'm boiling the kettle now. I'm gonna have some coffee and oatmeal and then start CBL. So it is that time of day where I want to crawl back into bed, but I'm not going to. I'm going to make my bed instead, and then I'm going to keep working on these lectures.
I'm sad, kidney. I don't know why I'm crying. Yeah, let's talk. So I just took a moment to like reflect on this, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I've been trying so hard to get 8 hours of sleep every night, and I have been like pretty good. I've been exercising every day, and almost every day I've been trying to do something fun or rewarding, like play piano or the ukulele, or like clean something that I've been wanting to clean. And I've been like doing a pretty decent job at like finishing things on my schedule. I guess one thing that's really annoying is like so much is out of our control. Yesterday we had to kind of come up with a new Flex project, and I was really excited with our old Flex project and like the research that we were going to do, and all of that is like not happening, and I feel like that's been taken away, and we've like put in so much work. The other thing that's really hard is like every day I work so hard to get the scheduled lectures done and stay on top of things, and then the next day they'll send out an email being like, oh, don't like do that lecture, do this one instead. Or they'll be like, oh, here's another handout, and it just feels like you have no control. It takes a long time for me to go through lectures and understand things, and nothing's more defeating than like coming to the end of the lecture or finishing working through cases and they're like, oh, sorry, the answer key's not uploaded, we had a glitch, we'll upload it tomorrow. Well, it's like, well, I have a million other things to do tomorrow. Like, I didn't plan to have this delay. And then I guess the last thing that's like really bothering me is I feel like I'm working really hard, and although our schedule has been like pushed back kind of indefinitely, we definitely have like another month. Our original schedule had our exams a week from now, and I just feel like if that were the case, like I don't know if I would be ready based on where I am like right now. I kind of feel like I'm not working hard enough, or I'm not like smart enough to deserve to be here if I'm not like ready for all these exams. Part of me is like, oh, thank God they're like delaying exams, but also this is like the end of our preclinical years, and obviously we have like a lot left to learn, but this is the end of like sitting in lecture every day, and it's like really defeating to feel like after 2 years you still don't know how to study or like conquer this volume of information. I realize that these are probably just like silly self-doubt things, but I'm just like so over working at home. Anyways, I'm gonna go start my other lecture now.
Good morning, it is 8:45. I just finished my first lecture of the day, and I'm gonna take a break now and use this time to get ready, as well as make my bed. I think that's a great way to sort of stay energized for the day, space out your breaks, rather than doing all the getting ready for the day at the start of the day, than just jumping into lectures back to back.
Pick me up, I need a gift. I know that if I stop now, I'll pick it up by sundown. It's all a waste and I know. Can't see the end and I know. She be here waiting, I'll be here waiting. I'll be here waiting and waiting, and she got me. Hold up.
Alrighty, so I just finished my second lecture of the morning. It's 10 a.m. So there's a 4th year session on arterial blood gases, which I'm going to attend. And yeah, I feel pretty good about getting 2 lectures done already. It feels nice to be in control and actually have some things on the checklist that are getting done. So hopefully we can keep this going. So I was just eating my lunch and I saw this BuzzFeed video of like the creamiest coffee ever. I have to make this. Just like, look at this. Doesn't that look like the most like divine thing you could ever consume? So it's just after 12 noon, so I'm gonna take a 1-hour study break and I'm gonna make that and I'm gonna just enjoy it and live my best life. I hope it works out. Okay, so according to this BuzzFeed video, you need 2 scoops of sugar, 2 scoops of water, 2 scoops of instant coffee, and then you just whisk that forever until it turns into a mousse. So I'm gonna do half decaf, half caffeinated instant coffee because I feel like this is gonna be very concentrated. So I got my excessively large bowl. Hello! Alrighty, so the next step is to mix this thing. Apparently you can do it with an electric mixer, but I do not have one of those. So this will also be my workout for the day. The girl in the BuzzFeed video also did it by hand and it worked out fine. She was just whisking for like 17 minutes. So, So the color of this is like pretty diarrhea-esque. I was reading in the comments and apparently it's better to use like a larger bowl. So yes, this is an excessively large bowl. And the theory is you have like more surface area to incorporate more air so you don't have to mix as long, and then it gets like its fluffier mousse consistency faster. Okay, I think we're getting close to the texture we want. It's kind of goopy. I think we are at the desired consistency. It sticks to the spoon. Oh, yay. Look at that. It's so, it's like this beautiful, light, golden, fluffy looking thing. I'm gonna give it a little taste. That's really good. It's really strong. So make sure you like the taste of coffee, but it's also very sweet. It tastes like a cloud. It's like a coffee cloud. Okay, so in the BuzzFeed video, the girl served it on top of a like cup of milk. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Guys, I'm scared this isn't gonna float and the glob is just gonna sink to the bottom. Okay, it floats. Yay! Okay. It looks like peanut butter right now, but we're gonna keep working. Okay, the next step is to smooth this out, and I feel like this is where everything could go very wrong. Very gently. Because you don't want to like push it into the milk, but you want it to be smooth. Okay. Ah! Ooh, yay! Okay, we had a few like bubbles from the milk pop up, but other than that, I think she looks pretty tasty. Okay, now for the moment of truth. Okay, if you don't stir it, you just like get the mousse on top. So I think we're gonna have to stir it so we can get the full experience. I'm so glad I was so meticulous about getting this top layer on top. Oh gosh. Okay. So after stirring it, it just kind of looks like frothy coffee. Oh, that is good. That is so good when you get like the milk mixed in. Oh, that's so good. It's like a thick coffee cloud floating on top of like a cool river of milk. Oh my gosh. I can't. It's so good. Oh my god, it's an emergency. Get him to the operating room, stat! Kidney, start the IV. Hello, Mrs. Banana. Thank you for waiting. It was a long surgery, but your husband's gonna be okay. Okay, so that coffee drink that I had earlier today, way too much caffeine. I have so much energy, but I cannot focus it. Like, I have so much energy that I can't sit down and do work. My face is like red and flushing. I just did surgery on a banana. Hello, it is 10:15 on Friday. I'm very happy because we just finished our last CBL. Ah, yay! So I'm just gonna take this hour as a study break, gonna clean up, make my bed, and then at 11 o'clock we have a Zoom session. It's like a Q&A with faculty. In terms of my schedule, it went really well. I think I was able to adhere to it until about Thursday noon, and it served its purpose in terms of getting me motivated and getting stuff done. But I think by the end of the week, I just kind of got tired of it, and the pile of things that I wasn't able to quite finish sort of added up. So I'm just gonna do my best today to get as much done from this week, and then Saturday, Sunday will just be a catch-up day to tie up any of those loose ends from this week. Yeah, then we're kind of done learning stuff, and I don't really know what's gonna happen next. Hello Bean Team, it is Friday afternoon, which means we've come to the end of this vlog, and I have also come to the end of second year. That's like the weirdest, most anticlimactic ending ever. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me on the vlog this week, and if you made it to the end of the video, comment a banana, either the emoji or the word, down below. Alrighty, stay healthy, stay happy, and I will see you in the next one.